Welcome to Patty's Aquatics.
Welcome to Patty's Aquatics. My name is Adam and welcome to the fish room. So I'm really excited to be able to show you guys a little bit more around my fish room for the first time in probably like 5 months, 6 months, something like that. Now that I finally got to show you guys my river tank and then my little nano community tank. And I tore down a lot of the tanks that were over on this side of the wall, which I'll show you. I'm not completely done with doing everything down here that I want to do, but there's a few little projects I need to do first before I can give you guys like a full fish room tour. But I'm sort of going to give you like a mini fish room tour now, I guess, because I want to show you some of the tanks and show you like what's going on and things like that. So with that, let me turn the camera around and then I'll show you guys. All right, so when you really walk into my fish room now, there used to be my 55-gallon here, that is the Shiner tank now. That used to sit here, and I had my whole rack of 29-gallon tanks that were up there, which were my initial racks in my fish room. I tore those all down now. I put my banner up there like I showed in a past video. Got my desk in there. I have a little 2-gallon tank in there that I got a bed in right now. And then obviously, I kept these here, and I showed you these in the last couple weeks. My nano community tank, my Shiner tank. It's not focusing because my hand is in there. I kept a 29-gallon tank down here, which I'll go over in a few minutes, and a 10-gallon, which I'm going to talk about that as well. And then my racks over here kind of stayed the same, my puffer and my axolotl, but then I did remove the tanks up there, and I'll show you that too. To start off with, let's talk, I guess, first about the Shiner, or the Rainbow Shiner tank. I had said in my video for my river tank there, I wanted to kind of update you guys a little bit because you didn't, when I shot that video, that was when I shot it back in January, where this is what it looks like now. I added my white clouds in there, obviously. I think I mentioned that. To make it more of a community tank, and I added a few plants in there as well. And the plants have done really good in this tank too, and the fish have been doing great. There are some plants that have changed since that initial video. One, that Boost Philandra that I had on the wood here, that stuff did not like the flow, and it all wound up dying. So, not all of it. There are a few little pieces of pearl, black pearl in there yet. But otherwise, I put a few pieces of Anubias down in here instead and added that to it. There is getting some algae. I've been pulling off a little bit here and there. Like I said, I had some of it on my Dwarf Sagittaria when I put in there because I did put some Dwarf Sag from another tank in here as well to kind of help fill it in more, and some stem plants and a few crypts. And some of that algae started to take off in here a little bit, so I've been working on trying to get rid of that hair algae. I don't mind the look of it on this wood, if you want to meet me completely honest. In the flow of the aquarium, it looks kind of cool. So that's that. The crypts, I want to talk about that. That's one thing. A lot of times I've heard when I was trying to research these undergravel filters that I have in this tank, a lot of people said don't do plants, you can't do plants with them. Well, obviously I'm doing plants and they seem to be doing pretty good. What I noticed with these crypts, when I put them in this tank, they melted right away, but they grew back so fast, and faster than any other crypt I've ever had that melted and grew back. And on top of that, I don't put root tabs in there. The only thing that I fertilize either of these tanks with are just Easy Green liquid fertilizer. I don't put root tabs in there anymore because you're having that water flow go down through the substrate. I figure why not just use Easy Green, because that's going to keep everything fertilized from the roots all the way to the top. So that's what's going on with that, and I really believe that is, I know it's working so far because I've been seeing the results. Wavemaker, the original one I had in that video, I changed it out because this had a little less current in it, more for the plants is originally why I changed it. But the white clouds too. The white clouds like some current, they don't like it the same as the Shiners, but I like this has a direct current through the middle of the tank, where there are more outlying areas where there's a little less current for the other fish, and it seems to be doing pretty good. I did mention in that video too that I had a a timer on my wave maker. I don't do that no more. I run it 24/7. Everything is doing great. So overall, this tank has been doing great. Just get some of this algae back a little bit would be great, other than on the plants anyway. Other than that, things have been doing great in here. Absolutely love it. These shiners are shining, coloring up big time quite a bit lately, and it's really fun to watch. I would have just showed you this tank not too long ago. Let's see, that probably would have been 2 weeks ago if I'm in my right schedule of videos that I'm putting out. Nothing's changed here from that last video. Everything's looking great. Everything's doing great, and can't wait to see more. Now, down here, this is where I have a 10-gallon tank. I have nothing in here right now besides some snails and a couple shrimp. This is where I had my rice fish that I put outside. I was just going to put my betta in here, but then I'm starting to think, like, I have 2 other 10-gallon tanks. What if I turn them sideways, and I would have to extend the little platform out a little bit? I could put all 3 of them in there, and I could be my little breeding station for my CPDs and my white clouds and stuff like that. I could get a whole little process going with those and getting fry and be my fry grow out for those. So that's my idea right now with that. This one right here is my 29-gallon that I threw some extra plants in. I have this new Sierra light on here that I'm trying out. I really don't like this green color. Not gonna lie, I just put it on last night. Not a huge fan of that. I got to play with that a little bit. But I have a couple coolie loaches and one lone guppy in here that I had in a little tank, and then some shrimp. I plan on putting my rice fish back in here at the end of summer, so that's what this tank is going to be, my holding tank for my rice fish, like pretty much over the winter and fall. And then summer it'll just be mostly just hopefully more shrimp and just plants. But other than that, that's just this wall. But like I said, the major change obviously is this wall, where I had all those tanks, and I just got my table now, my little desk with my laptop and stuff. Oh, and these Aquarium Co-op Easy Under Gravel filter systems. That's what I have in here. I have another project in store for these, which I guess I can, well, I'll tell you at another time. Anyway, so the next thing I want to talk about is this tote. This tote has been in my fish room for probably over 2 years. See, this was originally in a video I started. I think it was like a cheap and easy plant and like shrimp growing little setup is what I did. I set up these totes, and I put sand in them. I put some plants. I think I had a little Wigia in this one. And I put some shrimp in there, and they were like that for a couple years. And then last summer, I took my rice fish, some of my rice fish eggs, because I was getting so many of them, and I just tossed them in there. Well, as you can probably see, there are some swimming around in there. There are rice fish in there that are alive and swimming. So what I'm going to do with this tote is I want to get it out of the fish room. And I don't have air in it right now, but I typically always ran air in it besides this and the light that would go on. It was underneath my rack, so you really never seen it. I want to empty its contents into my summer tub outside. So I'm going to do that at some point today. You won't see it in the video because it's storming outside. Otherwise, I would do it right now. I want to get all the plants out of it, all the shrimp, all the fish. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do it. I'm almost thinking like I need to drain some of the water so I can carry it outside and just kind of set it in the tub and then kind of like pour it in just so I don't lose anything. But anyway, that's the idea behind that. So that stuff's going to go outside into my summer tub. So that will be hopefully sometime today. And then, like I said, that'll lead us back over to these tanks. Puffer tank has been doing okay. I trim back those swords in here. When you move the swords, they always tend to, leaves die back, and you have to wait for like the new growth to come back. This one looks pretty crappy, but there is some new growth within it. This one's not looking too bad, but again, like I said, it's just a long process. Other than that, it's been doing good. The cribs in here are absolutely fine with the puffer. They're all hiding now. I just turned the tank on. There's a few of them here and there, or just turned the lights on. But I'm going to change something in this tank. It's my idea right now. And yeah, you'll have to wait to see that one. But I just, if it's, all right, I'm not going to lie. Under gravel filter, I was going to hide it, but I can't hide it because I already kind of showed you guys. I think I'm going to put it in here. Now, I don't have enough pieces to do the entire tank, but I don't think I really need to do the entire tank. I just need to do probably 3/4 of it, and I think that's going to, I mean, I'm going to like it, and then that way I can start fresh and then be right where I want to be and just kind of let it go from there. And then I don't want to touch the tank again probably for a very, 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 very long time. Anyway, so that's that, but there'll be a lot more on that in the future, so I won't waste any more time. Axolotl tank, same as it always has, except algae keeps growing all over the Nibius and it looks like crap. But yeah, he's out and about right now because, like I said, I just turned the lights on. So, and then I got rid of all the tanks that were up here, and now this is my little feeding station where I put all my food. And by the way, I just got the new Aquarium Co-op Magic Bite size pellets. Love these. These remind me of the original Magic small fish feed that I had gotten, and then it kind of turned into like more of a powder form. But no, so yeah, I got all of those. It's I love having it all in my arsenal. And then snail and shrimp shells, and then I've got my axolotl food and my Easy Green, my Rotabs Stress Coach, which I don't use that often. But yeah, so that's pretty much the fish room now. So lots of changes, but I got a lot more to do. I got to shore up a lot of the wiring and everything that's in here. I got everything raised up off the ground, but I want to clean that up. Once I get this towed out of here, I can get rid of this whole mess of crap and get everything cleaned up a little better. And may want to put some drywall or something like that on this wall and kind of clean that up a little bit as well. I definitely want to put some shelves over there for like my microphone and like that type of stuff for filming, so that's a little more accessible, and like hang my nets up somewhere. So yeah, I said I'm not done. I got a lot more to do, but I do a little bit at a time. But it's hard when I come and I sit in here now and I just sit and watch these guys. It's just so much fun. Like I absolutely love, I'll say it to the end of time till I have no more breaths in my body. I just love coming down here and sitting and watching these fish. It's so enjoyable. It's so relaxing. Takes your mind off a lot of the stresses of the outside world. But anyway, so that's the little update I guess I had for my fish room here, and kind of show you a little bit the progress, what's going on, what's planning to come. And yeah, like I said, I do plan on talking. You might get sick of it, but I'm going to be talking about under gravel filters quite a bit on the channel. They become my new obsession, just because of how well they've been working in these two tanks the last 6 months. And I think there's a lot to talk about them. I don't think they're a be-all, end-all. I don't think anything's a be-all, end-all. But I definitely think they are a good accessory to have along with other things in your tanks to be successful if you run gravel. If you don't run gravel, then it's a kind of hit or miss. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the update, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't hit it already. It'd be greatly appreciated, and I hope to see you again next time. So do the shiners here at Pad's Aquatics.